Friday night sports show repeated Saturday morning, and this year taking the initiative on the flow to bring you Riverina and Farrer football. It was a big weekend last weekend in Riverina round 2. I reckon that the GGGM Lions have announced that they are real contenders this year by beating Turvey Park by a very big score, 19-11, 125 to 5-8-38. For the GGGM Lions, they had a number of good players on the day, and they were really well served up forward though by Colbert. He booted 8. G. Alexander booted 4. R. Colbert, B. Walsh, D. Foley and J. Neville played well. Turvey Park struggled away. Leary, their best player. In other matches, Cullamine 11-23-89 beat the Colin Gully GP Demons 9-7-61. And I'll tell you, this is a big loss for Colin Gully. We expected that they might be around the mark. N. Perryman booted 5 and was their best player, but a bit of a lone hand from him because they were well beaten with Culliman's Maslin and Barrett all booting 3, whilst J. Barrett, H. Bradley, A. Atkin, J. Sykes and Z. Oliver, Ned McCauley, all good players for the Culliman Rovers who look really good. Only their bad kicking for goal. They might have won this by significantly more over Colin Gully, who are going to need more out of their midfield players to help Perryman out. Griffith Swans, this was a bit of an upset, beating Leeton Witten Crows 12-10, 82 to 7-4, 46 at the Griffith Ex-Servicemen's Club, and that was a massive win for the Swans. They didn't play out 220, but it was Leeton who did, and Leeton Witten Crows were runners-up in that super competition, but this time around they've got beaten after it was a come from behind from Griffith Swans. The first half was even Stevens, but it was the Leeton Witten Crows who in the third quarter couldn't get their game going, while Griffith kicked 5 goals in that quarter to extend a lead that in the end ended being a 6-goal win, 12-10 to 7-4. In other matches, it was the Wagga Tigers playing the MCUE Goannas, and this, for many, the upset of the season. Well, could be the upset for a number of years. It was the Manglapa Cookadinia United Eastlake Goannas kicking away in this game. We couldn't believe the result when we saw it because it was played at the Robertson Oval in Wagga. The Tigers have been favoured this season to take another premiership after winning the 2019 and then winning the 2020 Super Competition. Castles booted 4 for Manglapa Cookadinia and Kendall joined him. Turnbull with 3. R. Turnbull was their best player. G. Kendall, M. Hanrahan, T. Castles, T. Cow and J. Whitley all played really well for Manglapa, whilst it was for the best players, Flanagan, Myers and Cornell for the Tigers, who were disappointing. And, after round 2 of action, here's the premiership ladder in this competition. It's the Goannas on top. That one win, they had the first round bye. They go to the top of the table and they are looking great. GGGM Lions 2 from 2. Culliman Rovers 2 from 2. Then Colin Gully in 4th place. Griffith Swans 5th. Wagga Tigers 6th. And then Leeton Witten, Turvey Park and Narrandera all yet to open their account. Narrandera get a chance this weekend to have a look at that because they get another match after having the bye last weekend, and they will come out and strongly have to come out and really put their best foot forward to get their first win of the season because they come up against Turvey Park at the Mar Oval. The Bulldogs will come out fighting after a poor loss last week, but I think the Narrandera Eagles a chance for them to get their first win. They did come up against the very, very good GGGM boys in the first round, so I think that may have been for the Eagles after not playing in 2020. Might have been tough going for them, but I'm going to tip them to win this match. GGGM Lions play Colin Gully in the match of the round at the Crossroads. I'll tell you what, if Colin Gully don't win it, then GGGM will put them on the Crossroads because this is going to be an absolute beauty. I just think the Lions are in better form right now and they might beat the Red and Whites. And what about this Leeton Witten take on Culliman? Culliman Rovers in good form. I think they can beat the Crows in this match of football. And then the MCUE Goannas take on the Griffith Swans, and again, this is a top 4 of the table type clash, and this is going to go right down to the wire. I reckon that the Goannas at Manglapa on the home deck up there in the hills might just beat the Griffith Swans from over on the plains. The long road trip home for the Swannies from this game. Let's head across now to the Farrer Football League, and last week's matches had Charles Sturt University beating Barellan. It was 17-12 to 5-5. North Wagga Saints too good for the Coleambally Blues. It was 19-7 to 5-7. It was a good win for East Wagga Coringal Hawks, 19-22 to beat Temora Kangaroos 5-9. And the Mara Bombers have announced themselves as a real contender again this year, 13-11-89 to the TRYC Magpies. That is the Rocky Erin Creek. 49-33. Bad luck to the Rock Yeren Creek there, and they just didn't get going until the last quarter in this match. That was when they were able to start putting some scoreboard pressure on, but it was pressure too late. Lawton with 5 for Mara, and Kemp with 2 for the Rock Yeren Creek. Ridley, Adams, Wright and Bierman were the better players for the TRYC. Magpies, this week's matches in round 4. North Wagga get Mara in an absolute beauty. This one at McPherson Oval. I'm going for the Mara Bombers here. CSU University take on Northern Jets. This is a good chance at Peter Hasty Oval for the Northern Jets. They haven't, last week they were on the bye, so they get a chance to bounce back. I just think they might to take it right up to CSU and maybe just win this. TRYC play Barrel, and a chance at the Rock Recreation Ground for the boys from the Rock and Yeren Creek to get a win here. They do want to get one early in the season, as they will drop out of contention without beating Barrellan, who I think will be one of the lower sides in the competition. Tomorrow, I think, versus the Collyamberley Blues. This is 2 lower sides in the competition at Nixon Park up at Temora. Look, Collyamberley on paper might be a better side, but I think Temora at home with a long road trip for the boys from the irrigation zone might struggle up there against the Croppers, and I'm going to tip Temora to win it. It is a big weekend of Farrer and Riverina footy.